Alright, hello and welcome to this lesson where we're going to finish up designing the remaining two icons for our flat UI icons. So the fourth icon here that we're going to get started with is the paper clip. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Make sure you go to Edit, Preferences, and General, and we're going to choose a corner radius of something large like around 80, and we're going to choose the rounded rectangle tool. And we're just going to draw out. We're going to hit Control 1 to get to 100%. And we're just going to draw out with a stroke of around 30. Alright, and the next thing I'll do is just copy this and Control C and then Control F. And we're just going to move it over here to the side. And what we want to do is kind of just break this apart a little bit. So I'm going to take the square or the rectangle tool and just draw out right around where the paper clip will end over here on this portion. And then go to Object, Path, Divide Objects below. And then I want to take the bottom two with Direct Selection tool and hit Delete. And then just take this one right here, hit delete right there. And then we'll take the pen tool and select this portion and just hold shift to make sure it goes perfectly straight and up and down right there. Alright, so now we're going to copy and Control C and Control F that again, and we're just going to move this one right on top. And then what we're going to do is on the upper right hand portion, we're going to hold Control Shift and scale down right around there. And then we're going to take the rectangle tool again, actually right around here, and we're going to select that, which is already selected, and this smaller loop right there, and I'm just going to move it up over here so I don't intersect anything else, and I'm going to divide the objects below. Okay, and then I'm just going to get rid of that top portion and this right there. Alright, we'll move that back into place. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is take this one right that we just created, Control C, Control F, and I'm going to right click, transform, reflect, and make sure horizontal is checked this time. Alright, and then I'm going to hold shift and scale down this way to drag this up. You use your arrow keys to make sure we have the same amount of distance on this inner ring. Alright, and then we're going to select it, take the pen tool, just click once right there, and hold shift and go all the way down. Alright, so that looks pretty good. I may want to take this and just scale it down in just a little bit, because it looks like there's less width over here than over there. Okay, and I extend this down further. Alright, and then what I want to do, we'll go ahead, we don't need that anymore. We'll go ahead and select all of them and go to Object, Path, Outline Stroke, and go to Window, Pathfinder, and we'll click Unite right here. And it adds this stroke, so over here we want to get rid of the stroke and choose the foreground and give it the same color again. And what that does is just combines everything into the shape here, and let me get rid of that. Alright, so Now what we can do is select it and hold shift and rotate it. And we could leave it as it is, or we could give it a shadow. So we could take the pen tool and just go all the way around. Make sure you close it up and go to Object, Path, Divide Objects below. Select them all and select a color like right around there. Alright, so if I scale this down, you see it looks pretty good even at a small scale. Alright, so that takes care of that one. So the final one that we have to do, we'll go right here. And again, I'm going to go to the first one. We'll just select both those layers, copy those. I'm going to zoom out a couple times. And I'm going to drag them over here. And this time we're going to use a middle gray. Actually, we will use this one right here. Alright, so let me zoom back up here, Control 1. Go over to the 5th icon. And we'll use the rectangle tool. Draw it right around there. Object, Path, Divide Object below. You can always use the shortcuts as well to make things go quicker. And we'll choose a blue color for the top portion. And now what I want to do is there's a slight shadow that comes this way. So I'm going to move this up. Take the pen tool. Hold shift and select out right there. Close it up. Object, Path, Divide Object below. We'll select all this portion, and this will just be slightly darker. We can move this back. Alright, it's pretty good. So now what we want to do is put the 3, 0. And we'll scale up. You can use any font that you like. I'm just going to use Myriad Pro, just bold right here. And hit Control Shift 0 to convert to outline. And I think that's pretty good. Then we're going to also add a shadow that kind of comes from this one as well. And we'll go out there. Now I want to take these 2 points and adjust each one of these by selecting both. Okay. Select it again with the pen tool on this point right there. And just so I can see where I'm going with this, I'll take the opacity down to around 30 temporarily. And we want this to end up right around there, holding shift, and we just want to stay inside here. Okay, now I'm going to move the 3, 0 up and out, and then hit Object, Path, Divide Object below. And it is these 2 layers, and we'll just go slightly darker. It's also that one as well. And we can move these back into place right around there. Okay, so if I go ahead and zoom out here, we can see all of the icons that we just created right there. Okay, so that will wrap it up for this lesson. So we will wrap up this project. In the next lesson, we're going to take a look at exporting the icons here in Adobe Illustrator. All right, I'll see you then.